Are we recording? Are we recording? Yes, we are.
Recording.
There we go.
Recording.
A little bit too much headroom.
Is anybody?
Max headroom. All right.
I think I started last time.
All right. Welcome to Mike and Mike's Off-Air Podcast. Mike Pesto hanging out with you.
And Mike O'Neill, afternoons on the new My 97.5.
So before we get rolling, we have to thank our new bestest friends
In the world.
at Good Times Cafe, Al and everybody there. They heard us a while back talking about them and the shake that they had for Easter, which we didn't get a chance to get in and never sample that one, but they've got one now called the Motherload.
And
I mean, this is going to take a while to get to it. And I think there's like a full Snickers bar back here. And if you look at the back, it's got so much stuff, it needs reinforcements to keep it all propped up, to keep it looking good. Oh, and crushed Oreos all around the side.
you're literally not going to be eating anything else today.
So,
Oh, my God, is it ever? I mean, what wasn't on that thing?
dads, if you're wondering what it's like to be pregnant, have a couple of those, and oh yeah, you'll feel every bit of it.
You ate most of that on your own, and I believe you were done eating for the day, right?
I did not eat again until very late yesterday, like later than usual. Usually I get home and I'll make a bagel sandwich or something. I got home and I'm like, no, one, I'm still full.
Yeah.
Two, I still love that taste in my mouth. Have
Yeah.
you ever eaten something and you still can recall that taste that you had in your mouth and you don't want to replace that with anything else quite yet? That's where I was with it.
Because you're good, you know?
Yeah.
And I was in there and I noticed they also have banana splits. And if you know me, you know that that's literally my favorite dessert in the galaxy. And Mike Pesto said, but no, look, it says with a twist.
Yep.
And the twist is with bacon.
Bacon!
Like that. Don't look at me like that, because that's how I looked at them when they said it. But then you try it and you get it. It's the salt. And yeah, go with the twist. It was, and you know, I did polish it off. I did.
Every once in a while, it's fun to try something new that you wouldn't try otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
At Good Times Cafe a while back, when I had heard that there was something called a peanut butter bacon cheeseburger,
Yeah.
and everyone was talking about them. And I kind of jokingly said, I wonder if Good Times Cafe would ever think about putting one of those on the menu, because they're known for the different type of burgers that they have. Word got back to them about that, and they invited me in. They haven't added it to the menu officially yet, but they said, for you, we'll go ahead and make you one. And they did. I didn't want them to at first, because it wasn't a combination I thought I would like, but with everything that they added to it, they added, I forget what it was called, like a habanero type salsa. You know I like things that have a bit of a kick.
Yep.
So it had the peanut butter, the bacon, the salsa, pickles, onions, the cheese, everything. The presentation was incredible. I took a huge bite of it. I'm like,
Well, Al gets how to blend those flavors.
Yes.
And I mean, I never would have thought bacon on a banana split, but it's the salt, man. And it's like, wow, hey, pass. They had bacon chunks in a little capsule. Pass the container back over. I need more.
Yeah.
And hats off. It was pretty cool. Thank you so much.
I don't know if you've had a chance yet to check out our video of the week. It's something, Mike, you have to. Everyone has to check this out. I heard about this last week. You have gotten a little bit into AI. You will do some of it. You will work with it a little bit for some things that you do. I have begrudgingly played with it a little bit. I've got ChatGPT on my phone now, and I'm going to launch that here in a little bit, because have you played with ChatGPT at all?
It's so far, it's probably because I haven't really addressed it yet, but so far it's just frustrated me. And what I mean by that is, since they installed that in the last update, Siri isn't worth a damn to me anymore. I'll go, hey, can I, whatever the question is, can you go do that, Siri? Would you like me to check with ChatGPT? Otherwise, she won't do it. And then sometimes I'll do it, and all you hear is,
Maybe she's pissed at you because they call it Apple intelligence, and Chat GPT is artificial intelligence. Maybe she's a little PO that you're asking Chat GPT to do things that you used to ask Apple to do.
But I don't ask. She asks me.
Oh, she does.
Telling me, and the elephant in the room is because I'm not going to do it unless you say yes. And so it's. I don't use Siri very much anymore.
It sounds like she's being passive aggressive.
Oh, Siri. After all these years, I started with the original iPhone. Come on, girl.
But if you haven't seen it, the video is. If you buy into the premise of what people are saying it is, it's a little disturbing. You see one person for certain you see, there's assumed that there's another person behind the scenes as well working on this AI robot.
Right.
And it's kind of hooked up to a chain. It's motionless at first, and then it starts moving and flailing about as though it's attacking the person who is working on it.
Yeah.
Now, whether that's actually what happened, whether there was some code in it, whether it thought it was needing to defend itself against a human being, that's where a lot of assumptions crawl in. Are there ghosts in the machine now that are allowing AI robots to defend themselves against us? We've seen these movies, and they don't end well for us as human beings.
And who taught it Krav Maga anyway? That's what I want to know. No, to me, it looked to me like at first it started to move about, and then it just sort of looked like the blow-up balloons in front of any car dealer just flailing about with no direction or intent, just blah, going nutso.
I guess the big difference is if one of those flailing balloon thingies hits you, you'll be fine. If one of those things hit you, there's a limb that may not come back again.
Might knock you out.
Yeah.
Bonk.
So
It was pretty crazy.
I'm more and more I am leery of AI. In fact, there was a post that I put up on my Facebook page. I don't know, do you use Google for the most part when you're searching things, or Yahoo?
Almost exclusively Google.
Okay, I use Yahoo almost exclusively, only because I know Google is head and shoulders above everything else, and I'm not a big fan of going to the number one brand with everything. Maybe it's one of the reasons I love Pepsi as much as I do, because I know Coke is head and shoulders above everyone else. I don't go to McDonald's very often because they're always number one.
Coke tastes better than Pepsi, but
there goes
never mind.
We've got a poll question
Never
up
mind.
online right now, my975fm.com. Vote for Pepsi on that poll question. But I'll use Yahoo quite a bit. And there was a question that I asked the other day, because I kind of tie things in with things that are being celebrated online every once in a while. And the question was, as I'm scrolling down on my page so I can find it here, I was looking for something about, gardening. It was National Gardening Day, I think, last week, Friday or Thursday. So I just put in the search, give me some fun facts about gardening.
All right.
Now, if you go on Yahoo, up in the upper left-hand corner, it will give you the AI answer first. And then below it, you'll find all the factual articles about this survey and that survey. So
So Yahoo has AI embedded now?
Correct.
Wow.
So in the AI response to give me some fun facts about gardening, it said approximately 35%, is that what it says? 35% of American households engage in gardening. Oh, that's interesting. Then I looked down to the actual facts, like different websites that have done research. And these are these websites reporting back the research they have done. And the statistic that kept on coming up is 55% of American households engage in gardening. Where is AI getting 35%?
I don't know.
It's just making up numbers out of its arse and throwing it out there. It's one of the reasons why kids, if you're working on a term paper, do not use AI as a form of reference.
And they're going to bust you if you do anyway. The teachers have gotten my kids, my eldest daughter is completing her nursing degree right now, and that's the one thing they have to watch out for the most. Where they used to catch us using the Crib Notes books. Did you read the book, or did you use the cheat sheet book
Notes.
report? Yeah, the Cliff Notes. Well, now they have AI busters that they put the papers through.
And which begs the question, if it's an AI that gets to know you and your way of speaking. That's the one thing with ChatGPT is the more you use it, the more it gets used to you. and the way you like things phrased and your demeanor and things
Right.
like that. So if it truly is getting something customized to you and you ask it to generate a term paper as though you did the research, I would imagine it's going to be more and more difficult
For them
as
to figure it
AI
out.
gets getting more and more intelligent, in air quotes, for it to get sniffed out.
Yeah. I don't envy the teachers that. Being someone that writes for a living, I write a lot of commercials and imaging pieces every single day. AI has never completed one for me, ever, ever. However, quite often it will take me in a direction.
Okay.
So I will start in a direction. Oh, I like where you started there. Now give me back the reins. And I'll complete it
And you'll
because
take them.
because otherwise it's just more often than not, it's just trite phrases one after the next.
Okay.
You know,
And we've joked about that. I know that I have with former production directors that I've worked with, is having a commercial, a 30 or a 60, that is nothing but filled with superlatives,
which is easy.
and then no call to action at the end, and inevitably sales will say, "That's the most brilliant commercial I've ever heard." Yeah, but the problem is, now what? Well, what do you mean? What's the call to action?
Yeah.
Oh, there wasn't one, was there?
No, which means you just wasted the client's $3,000 because if they're not supposed to do, even if it's not a specific sale or a specific anything,
Yeah.
even if it's just a top of mind spot, what am I supposed to do? If it could just be aware of be aware of McDonald's. That's the goal. We're building top of mind. You do that with an institutional spot. Otherwise, it's this weekend and this weekend only because the meat truck's in town and you're going to go buy meat. And those are two different, completely differently written spots. And AI can't do either one. They can get you started.
Now, with ChatGPT specifically, have you used the voice at all?
No. I have AI on one of my imaging services. And I can create listener generated phrases.
Okay.
And I do use the voice section on that. So if I want him to say, I listen to Mike Pesto every morning.
Okay.
With that inflection, I put it in like
You
that.
can do that.
And then I get 10 people, 5 ladies and 5 guys, all saying it. And I can rotate those through my promos.
See, now the self-deprecating person in me says, "Oh, so you couldn't get actual human beings to say nice things about Mike Pesto's morning show?"
You want me to walk out the door, Pesto? What? Get out of my chair? Well, no, it's just the convenience of having
and
that.
I get that. I remember years ago, before we had that, and this was always an annoyance to me as the promotions director, that the program director would ask me at all the fairs, at all the big get-togethers, to walk around with a DAT recorder, which was digital audio tape years ago before we truly went digital. It was still on analog tape, which that's a whole nother conversation, to walk around and get little abbreviated testimonials from people. So you got to introduce yourself, say who you are, hope they know about the radio station, and then have them read a line about the morning show host or the afternoon show host or someone on the weekend. And inevitably, you're just upsetting a listener because they would rather go on a ride or see
Right.
the animal attractions or whatever it is. It makes a lot of sense doing it that way.
It does. Yeah, because I was notorious for a portable recorder at live broadcasts to get some of those things, knowing that the fair was coming. Are you going to the fair? Yeah, we're going to the fair or whatever. But like you said, half the time it's just like, I don't want to be on that.
Exactly.
So
you're not going to use that on the radio? Well, yeah, I was thinking about it. Well, you don't have permission. Oh,
then delete it.
then
You just
I
wasted your time.
But I have been, again, I said I've been playing around with ChatGPT. I have been playing with the interactive vocal feature, the one where if you launch it, you'll see, actually, I'm holding this up to the screen. That's actually on my phone there. You see the little black circle there. If you hit that with ChatGPT, she starts listening to you and will interact with you. So how's your day going today?
Hey there, my day's going great. Thanks for asking. How about you? What have you been up to today?
So it'll interact with you, but what's fun is, and let's see if I can change it up here. There are different. I'm scrolling
All the
through.
voices.
That sounds interesting.
Oh, they took it out. Oh, see, I was going to have so much fun with this. There was one called Monday, where it was a female's voice, but Oh, geez, what do you want again now? And just
Like you just-
like if Eeyore had a female's voice, Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Like she'd just been rousted out of bed after a long night of not sleeping.
That was the voice that I used, and because it always began every response with this big huge sigh.
What am I?
As though you're disturbing whatever it is she was working on. Keep in mind, this is AI.
Yeah.
But again, it was customizable. You could tell her, if you wouldn't mind, don't begin every response with a huge sigh.
Yeah.
And then she stopped doing that. Would still have the Monday type attitude, but she would learn from you. And that gets a little scary for me.
Yeah, you're waiting for the system to become aware, aren't you?
I guess I am. I will fight, I guess, AI as much as I can. I feel bad for anyone who tries to get into what we do for a living, even or even on the video side of things, because I can see AI. In fact, I think we've talked about it. There's a radio station, I think in Australia, that every single personality is AI, and they don't hide it. They tell you these are all AI generated personalities, but when you think you hear a live person in between your favorite songs, that's all AI. So it's being done already. You've got nothing.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not excited about that because, again, over to the way I use it, it's not replacing me yet. I'm not worried about that. But on the air, that's.
It can be when you're looking for something that's just conversational.
Can you hear it at all? I bet you can.
Well,
Doesn't it just sound sort of generic?
I will say probably not if you think about how most people consume radio. We're in the background. Even with my 97.5, we're relaxing favorites at work. We're in the background as you're working. You're not hanging on the inflection on every word that we say on the air, to the point that there are syndicated shows that are with our stations as other stations, and people who casually listen will swear that Alice Cooper is actually on the air on our classic rock station. They will swear that Ryan Seacrest is on the air on our top 40 station because they're casually listening. They're not hearing the little intricacies that you and I would hear as being radio professionals. So I would say, yeah, it probably is rather effective for passive listeners.
But I think we're still going to be safe. I think we're still good. It hasn't surpassed the real thing yet.
I hope he's right. Really, I really hope he's at least for 10 more years.
Just 3 for
And
me.
then once we retire, AI can do whatever it wants.
Yeah, just 3 for me.
Which,
Thanks
feel
for the
bad for
love.
Hector.
But thanks
Hector,
for the love.
AI is going to take over everything you do. Just
Yeah.
be warned.
Not so far. Yeah, in fact.